Today, working on a Kohler K181. I think they're about an 8 horsepower engine. And it came off of a log splitter, an old one that was found out in the woods. Normally when an engine like this is out in the weather and it sits there for years and years, water gets into it, and most of the time it'll rust the valves, usually on the intake side, and the valve will get stuck. These are moving up and down. I can turn it and the valves will go up and down on it. But if you notice, you can hear this squeak. And it concerns me. So I want to tear this thing down, at least take the head off of it and see what we can see down in there before we go any further. Let's tear it apart, dig into it, and see what we can do for it. Now these old Kohlers usually have a gas tank mounted on a bracket that has the head bolts mounting the bracket to the engine. So we're going to have to take the gas tank off and remove this bracket, get the cover off the front to get access to the head bolts. All right, let's pop this head off of there and see what's underneath it. The cylinder wall looks really nice. I don't see nothing burnt. The head gasket's not blown. I just need to figure out what that squeak is and that rattle. Let's pull the front cover off and see what's squeaking up there in the front. All right, let's get the flywheel off of it. This is a 15/16. This is a nice flywheel puller I picked up from the Harbor Freight. You don't want to damage these flywheels as they are expensive and hard to find. I'm using this cone-shaped adapter that fits the end of this crankshaft. In the cleaned out and oiled bolt holes, use the right size bolts in the kit to install the puller square to the flywheel. Use my impact on it. And pops right off of there. And there we go. Actually, one of the magnets came off of it. That was probably the squeak. I want to look in here where the points are to see if there might be something unusual going on in here. There's a little rod that comes out from the inside that rides on a cam, and I just want to make sure that's okay. This is it right here. Once inside, I found that the points were melted and not opening and closing. Now we know why it wouldn't run. We'll have to order some parts and come back to this later. While we're waiting on parts, we'll go ahead and fix the magnets in this flywheel. And you can see I've got them marked here. I've already found their polarity. And what you want to do, you take a magnet like this and get down towards the center of it. And you notice it's wanting to pull that one in. I got that marked with a line. Go to the next one, and it's wanting to repel it. You sort of get the message of how this is going here. Pull it in at the ends. Now this one's broke, but it's going to be okay. The only two that came loose were this one and then this one right here. This is the one that got hung up in there, and it's a little scuffed up. You can buy these magnets, but I'm sticking that one back in there. We need to clean this thing up, clean the back of the magnets, and we're going to use some JB Weld to glue these back on here. Now I've tapped on these other ones, pulled on them, and they're fine. I'm not going to mess with them. They have an epoxy sets up in like 6 minutes. This takes overnight. So I'm going to put me just a thin layer on the back side of this. I'm going to put a little bit here on the inside of the flywheel. And we're just going to stick it. About 1/4 of an inch between them. And about 1/4 of an inch down. I'm just going to eyeball them. And it's not really going to be necessary to glue that together in the middle. I still see my little mark there, so this is going to go up. And this is just a little piece, 1/4 inch MDF. We'll put in between here, there, and that one. Now it's set overnight. Take everything off, and we can put the flywheel back on there. And if you noticed, I didn't use any clamps on this. And that's because the magnets are clamping themselves. They'll pull themselves tight against that flywheel as they can. You can see the amount of squeeze out that came up through there. So there's really no need to clamp that. So this is ready to go back in. Okay, if you notice right here, there's a fin broken off the flywheel. These help keep the engine cool. Now, because of that, this thing's way out of balance, and it's going to cause this thing to shake. So what I'm going to do to fix that is I'm going to come over straight across to this one, and I'm just going to cut that one off. That way we'll be equally balanced on both sides of the flywheel. Okay, this was broke down here too on this one. So I've evened those two out as well. So it should be a little more balanced than it was before. Looking at the carburetor side of the engine, the coil is going to be mounted right here. And right behind that, we're going to put our points in on this area right here. It uses these little flathead screws, little short ones. Then I got a new rod. It goes in this hole right here. Before I do that though, I got some brake caliper grease. And I'm just going to put a little dab on this end of it. Just a little bit. And we're going to slide that in the hole. The engine's on top dead center. The points are installed in the position like you see here. They're now grounded to the block. Next we have to install the wire that goes to the negative side of the coil. This also applies the tension of the spring on the points. This needs to be done before you can achieve the proper gap. The gap is going to be set at 20 thousandths or 0.50 millimeters. Loosen the set screw enough to be able to move the points, but not so much as to where the gap would spring back. To open the gap, use the notch in the screwdriver and twist it like you see me doing here. Measure it and see where you're at. If the gap's too wide and you need to close it, don't do it like you see here. You could possibly damage the points. By twisting the screwdriver off the screw and on the back of the bracket, you can properly close the gap without damage. Now rotate the engine to see that the points are opening and closing properly. Got the engine back together, got a new carburetor on it, and it's back on the log splitter. Let's start it up and see how it runs. If you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some good information out of it. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button and join the channel. I got a lot of videos up there. I got a lot more coming. Ring that notification bell. You'll get notified as soon as I put them up there. Remember to stay safe in the shop. Always wear your safety glasses and have fun. Thanks for watching.